Mac, I gotta say, bro, at least in my lifetime, you were probably one of the more harder guards. And I say to guard in that respects of one dribble pull up, like
Yeah.
like one dribble
Yeah.
pull ups. People don't know how hard when you ISO, one dribble pull up, two dribble pull up,
Yes.
two dribble step, like
Yes.
the
Yes.
to be able to control that without touch or touch on and off, right? Is you can't manipulate that. Meaning that when I'm speaking to the basketball world, manipulation means I push up on Tracy and I push him one way. You had the know-how to not go that way to
Right.
revert
Yeah.
and take control
Yeah.
back over the. Where did you learn all that? Where'd you been able to process all that?
So one-on-one came from really just playing blacktop all the time, just playing pickup basketball.
Okay.
Right, because that's what I did growing up. I played
repetition.
But what you're speaking on, that came from just footwork.
Oh.
Right, footwork every day. When I was in my prime, I never played pickup basketball.
Ever?
No, when I worked out in the off season, everything was just skill work. And you know where I got that from. So me and Kobe took a trip so me and Kobe took a trip to Paris. And we were over there, we took our trainers with us. And on that trip, that's all we worked on was our individual skills. And he told me, he was like, bro, it's like, man, I would never play pickup. It was like, because how many reps you gonna get playing pickup basketball? And he was like, I just do a lot of skill training. So we did a lot of skill training. I picked up a lot of things. And from that trip, that's what I had, added to my training in the off season, just all skill work, footwork stuff. And that's how, when you push up on me one way, I had so many counter moves to either go that way, hit you with a counter move, or hit you with something totally different that, you wasn't expecting because it's repetition in what I've worked on.
What year is that trip?
That was like 98.
So 98, you come in, that's like.
I came in 97,
so
I was 19 years old.
So it's a year later.
Yeah,
So
Kobe was 20,
right.
1920.
So by the time you get to Orlando, you are a much different T-Mac from an experience in playing you. A lot more confident. The confidence, where did that confidence come from?
Well, I always had it. You got to have confidence to make that jump from high school to the pros.
But that Toronto T-Mac was a totally different Orlando T-Mac.
It was sheltered. The Toronto T-Mac was sheltered because I was coming off the bench. I was held back. Vince had bust into stardom his rookie year.
Shout to Vince.
Right? So that was me taking a back seat to him. And, we had a bunch of veterans on that team. I was still a young teenager trying to find my way. But I was, I was kind of sheltered and brought on slowly, which I'm not tripping about because, I've learned a lot sitting back watching Vince and his stardom. But for me, it was just gradually just getting better year after year and working on certain things and bringing, something back differently in my game every single year. I didn't focus on just one thing. I added, whether it was, adding pump fakes, counter moves, whether it's going left, going right. I don't know if you noticed, I hated going right.
I noticed.
I hated going
Your
right.
Your move is pump fake left.
I played like a left-hander. That's why it was so really tough to guard me. It's tough to guard left-handers, right? We don't have that many. We're so used to guarding right-handers. I played like a left-handed player. That's why I dunked a lot with my left hand.
Most right-handers go left. And then too, if it was a bigger person, I know you listen, you was probably one of the more harder person to guard just because the 1-2 dribble pull-up was for a guy who can drive 2 dribbles and get to the rim, you have to be ahead of him. You know what I'm saying? And you long, you know what I'm saying? And
think about us as defenders. We taught to, continuously move our feet.
Yeah.
We're not taught to, guard that one dribble pull-up. It's guarding somebody, stopping them from penetrating to the basket. Yeah. So that one dribble is so quick, right? But me setting it up is all footwork, throwing you off balance, and really seeing which way you're leaning and seeing which one is your high foot, because I'm always going to attack your high foot.
So I got to go ahead and go here. So I'm taking that because I haven't heard you speak about another trip with you two on it. So this is the infamous trip where y'all have the one-on-one?
That was Paris.
That was Paris. The one-on-one. Who won the one-on-one?
So,
Right.
so
Funny about that.
we, and Kobe is not here to tell it, but he told it.
Rest in peace, Big.
Right. So Kobe said he beat me when it first came out, right? I was in China, bro. And my Chinese partners was showing it to me. He's like, Kobe said he beat you 11-2, right? And say he demolished you or something like that. So I'm reading, I'm like, hold up. So I called Kobe, like, bro, what? What are you talking about? He was like, man, yeah, man, you remember our trip to Paris? No, but he said Germany. He said, yeah, you remember our trip to Germany? I say, Kobe, I'm playing. I was like, bro, I've never been to Germany with you. What are you talking about? Right? This is the reports. He's like, yeah, Mac, I say, no, bro, we went to Paris. I said, we never played one-on-one. I said, we was working on our individual, our skills. We was guarding each other. I said, damn, you was keeping score? You was playing against me and I ain't know this?
That's Bing. That's Bing.
Right.
That's Bing.
Right.
What I know Bing to be, that's Bing.
That was him. So fast forward,
So
years.
Cole was playing one-on-one.
Cole was playing one-on-one.
You was working out. Got it. Cool, go ahead.
So fast forward, years later, we both retired. We do this interview with Rachel, and he gets on the show, and he said, yeah, I beat you 11-4. I say, Cole, bro, you changing your story.
He gave you 4 points this time, man. He gave you 2 more points. Listen, I'm laughing. I'm crying right here because if you know Bing, that's Bing.
Man.
Oh, my God. I'm over here crying on this.
Listen, bro, I learned at a young age from being around Cove that, he loves to play mind games with you just to test you. You know what I mean? So I learned that early.